My girlfriend demanded I apologize to her male best friend for hurting his feelings. I agreed. I went to his house and said in front of his wife, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell my girlfriend about the affair you had last summer. I should have never kept that secret for you." Update 2. I stood up and faced Simon. I took a deep theatrical breath. "Simon," I began, my voice full of a carefully crafted sincerity, "we're here because I owe you an apology. I have been selfish and I have not been a good friend to you." Kate was beaming. Simon was puffing out his chest. This was even better than they had imagined. "You have been a constant presence in our lives," I continued, turning to include Clara in my audience, "and I have not always appreciated the closeness of your bond with Kate. For that, I am truly sorry." I walked to the center of the room right in front of the fireplace, and then I did it. I got down on one knee. Kate gasped, a little thrill of victory running through her. This was the ultimate submission. I looked up not at Simon but at his wife. I looked directly into Clara's kind unsuspecting eyes. "Clara," I said, my voice now ringing with a clear powerful sincerity, "my real apology is to you because the biggest secret I have kept, the biggest wrong I have committed was against you." Clara's smile faltered, replaced by a look of utter confusion. Simon's face went rigid. Kate looked like she had just been slapped. "I'm so sorry, Clara," I said, my voice full of a sudden raw emotion. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the affair Simon had last summer with the woman from his marketing department. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the hotel rooms he paid for in cash or the secret email account he bragged to me about. He told me everything one night when he was drunk and he made me promise to keep his secret, and I did. I should have never kept that secret for you. That was my failure as a friend, and I am begging for your forgiveness." The silence that followed was the most profound, most absolute silence I have ever experienced. It was the sound of a bomb detonating in a soundproof room. Clara just stared at me, her face a blank canvas of shock. Then slowly she turned her head and looked at her husband. Simon was the color of chalk, his eyes wide with a primal terror. Kate was the first to break. "What are you doing?" she shrieked, jumping to her feet. "He's lying. He's making this up to get back at me." I didn't even look at her. I remained on one knee, my eyes locked on Clara. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone. I brought up a single screenshot and held it out for Clara to see. It was from the night of Simon's drunken confession. After he had called me the next morning begging me to keep his secret, I had sent him a single text to create a digital record. The text said, "I won't say anything about what you told me about your affair, but you owe me one." His reply was simple and damning. "Thank you, man. I swear it's over. Don't ever mention it again." Clara looked at the screenshot. She looked at her husband's name on the screen, and in that moment she knew. She knew it was the truth. I stood up. I looked at the wreckage I had created. Kate was screaming at me. Simon was stammering, trying to form a denial that he knew would never work. And Clara just sat there, a single silent tear rolling down her cheek. "My apology is delivered," I said quietly. Then I turned, walked out of the house and closed the door on the explosion. The immediate aftermath of my apology was a chaotic multi-front war waged entirely over text messages and voicemails. I drove home, blocked Kate's and Simon's numbers preemptively, and settled in to watch the fallout from a safe distance. The first wave came from Kate's friends, the one she had undoubtedly called hysterical, from Simon's driveway. The texts were a predictable mix of outrage and confusion. "What you did was sick, Mark. Why would you lie like that?" I replied to each one with the same simple, devastating message, the screenshot of my text exchange with Simon. I added no commentary. I just sent the image. The angry text stopped immediately, replaced by a deafening silence. The truth, it seems, is a very effective conversation ender. The second wave came from Kate herself via a series of frantic emails. The tone shifted with each message, moving through the 5 stages of grief for her relationship. First, denial. "You are a manipulative liar, and I will never forgive you for making up such a horrible story." Then anger. "I hope you're happy. You've ruined everything." Then bargaining. "If you just admit you are lying, maybe we can fix this." Then depression. "I can't believe this is happening." And finally, a strange twisted form of acceptance. "Okay, fine. Maybe Simon made a mistake, but you didn't have to blow up his life to get back at me." I didn't reply to any of them. Now you can watch the third part by pressing share and more.